Terminator 2 Judgment Day is one of the greatest action movies ever made. Heck, possibly one of the greatest movies ever made. 10 years after Skynet failed to assassinate Sarah Connor, Sarah, Linda Hamilton, is now trapped in a mental asylum, and her son John, Edward Furlong, destined to be the leader of the human resistance against the machines, is a delinquent. Skynet sends back an advanced, shape-shifting liquid metal Terminator, the T-1000, Robert Patrick, to attempt to kill John, but the Resistance sends back another T-800 to protect him. This will be a fairly short review, as Terminator 2 is an almost perfect movie. After I finish talking about the film itself, I'll be discussing a couple of issues surrounding it. Terminator 2 is a thrilling action movie with heart and poignant depth behind it. The characters are all complex and well written, and undergo compelling arcs. John focuses himself and applies his bratty skills for good. Sarah is redesigned as a badass warrior, but also has to open up to her estranged son again, and in a subtle, often funny performance, the T-800 becomes more emotional and human as he spends more time with the Connors. The film is flawlessly paced, moving steadily from each set piece with clear goals and motivations, and generates strong tension through the engaging characters, the near indestructible foe hunting them, and the underpinning theme of fate. Can the future be changed? And is Sarah, in resolving to assassinate Cyberdyne programmer Miles Dyson, Joe Morton, doing it the right way? As well as a continuation of director James Cameron's interest in capable, badass female characters, Terminator 2 could also be seen as full of symbolic rebellions against fate, beyond the literal act of destroying the proto-Skynet at Cyberdyne, including Sarah escaping from the mental asylum and the T-800 developing beyond his narrow programming. While Terminator 2's tone is significantly different, louder, more action-heavy, more fun and funnier than the bleak, grungy, slasher-esque first film, it's still dark and dire, and retains the dirty, mechanical aesthetic of the first film. The T-1000 is still one of the best villains in history, brought to life with groundbreaking early CGI, great practical effects, which you probably thought were CGI, and a precise, lethally elegant performance from Robert Patrick. And of course, the action is awesome, clearly shot and easy to follow, but dynamic, brutal, and full of daring stunts. Terminator 2 is an awesome film and earns 5 stars out of 5. It's become a cliché by now to say that practical effects are better than CGI. I have nothing inherently against CGI. It's an excellent tool for creating intricate, large-scale and striking imagery inexpensively, and plenty of movies and TV shows routinely use inconspicuous CGI tricks to correct mistakes or increase the immersion. However, I do miss practical effects. They usually have an edge over CGI because puppets and animatronics are real objects in front of the camera and interacting with the actors, and therefore have literal weight and presence over CGI. In Terminator 2, they really do wreck that truck and shear off its roof using an overpass. That scene would be achieved through CGI today, and while it would still look cool, it probably wouldn't look as real. The Thing, The Fly, the 1986 remake, An American Werewolf in London, Jurassic Park, The Howling, and The Blob are some of the pinnacles of practical effects, but so is Terminator 2. Many Terminator fans would say that Terminator 2 was the last good Terminator film, but I disagree. Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, is pretty dumb compared to the 2 preceding films, but it's still an exciting, well-made action movie with engaging characters. Finally, I should mention that I watched Terminator 2 on Laserdisc. I like retro media and machines, which explains why I own 6 PowerPC OS 9 Macintoshes. I was pleasantly surprised by the high resolution of my Terminator 2 Laserdisc, and call me a hipster if you like, seriously I don't mind, but it just feels appropriate to watch certain iconic movies on the formats they were released on. That's why I watched RoboCop on VHS, motherfucker! Incidentally, one modern film they really should have released on Laserdisc is Guardians of the Galaxy, an 80s-inspired movie on an 80s home media format. It would have been perfect. Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers.